Welcome to Be Bold Branding. Hi everybody, today we are covering a provocative topic. It's agent versus broker, whose brand wins? If you're a broker and you're concerned that your agents are promoting their own personal brand instead of yours, well, this topic is for you. And likewise, if you're an agent who's wondering which brand to promote, yours or the brokerage brand, well, this is for you too. So today we're going to tackle the hard questions about brokerage branding versus personal branding and cover 4 thought-provoking statements that will change your perception of branding.
Forever.
I'm Tanya Eberhardt, founder of BrandFace, where we help business stars differentiate themselves, and we do that through personal branding.
And I'm Michael Carr. I'm the COO of BrandFace. I was a client before I became a partner in the company, and we're the only comprehensive brand building course, personal brand building course across the globe. And thank you for joining us. I am a broker. This is a provocative thought process right here about branding and what's important and what we need to know about it.
Yeah, Michael gets very passionate on this
I'm very
topic.
passionate about this.
He is. Watch for things to fly.
Yeah.
So, thought-provoking statement number 1 is you are your brand. So first, remember that whether you're a broker or an agent, you are your brand. Brokers, your business is built on what you stand for, what you have worked for, what you want to be known for, your ideals, your ethics, the way you do business, right? And agents, for you, it really is no different, right? Mm-hmm. The same is true for you. Your business is built on what you stand for, and it may be slightly different or vastly different from what your broker stands for on a street level in terms of real estate. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But this is where you are actually equally yoked, right? You're equally yoked, brokers and agents alike. So we're going to kind of even the playing field right there, start from ground zero and say you are your brand, whether you are an agent or a broker.
Yep. The second thing is of the 4 points is you're building a culture. Doesn't matter if you're a broker or an agent. This is important. You're building a culture. That's all a business is. That's all Coca-Cola is. That's all Band-Aid is. You're building a culture of people that believe in the product or service in which you're putting out there. Brokers, you're not only representing what you stand for, you're representing the culture that you wanted to build within your brokerage, right? The very things that make you who you are. That's why good leaders make good organizations. Bad leaders make bad organizations. Bad organizations can still be successful organizations and still be bad organizations. I could name a few right now. Well, I'm not going to. But you have to keep in mind that your agents will represent the culture, your culture, while adding their brand to its value, right? The way I like to say it is you're creating an organization whose value is worth more than the sum of its parts, right? So brokers are building their culture. Their culture is customers as well as agents that they are attracting in. Agents are taking their culture that they're learning from their broker and they're adding other parts of their brand, which builds the culture of the whole. All right, flip it on its head. Agents is a backwards side of that funnel. When you consider a brokerage to hang your license with, work with every day, you're looking for a culture that aligns with your ideals and desires. So you want to pick one that is going to invest in you, personally invest in you is the way I like to say it. Because especially if you're starting out, you want a broker that's going to invest time and money and experience in you specifically. It's very important. As you get experience, you can move to other brokerages where you're sort of like a small fish in a very big pond, but we want to start off with one that's going to invest in you, right? You want to be able, agents, you want to be able to clearly identify your own brand and your ideal customers inside the brokerage culture that you're joining. Smart brokers know that if you are building your own book of business, you're also building their book of business.
Exactly. Okay. Number 3 is you each have soldiers at your disposal. So let's look at the brokerage side for a moment. Your brokerage is only as strong as the people who represent it. Okay. Mm-hmm. You and your brokerage, first of all, stand for something, your culture, as Michael said, and that brand can be maintained and extended by hiring the right agents and also allowing them to promote their own strengths.
Very important.
They're actually soldiers for you 24/7. And like Michael said, as long as they fit into your culture, they don't have to be matchy, as we say.
Right.
They don't have to match everything that you do or stand for, but they have to fit into that culture, right? And they can soar with their own strengths and stand on their own merits. And that's actually what builds upon the strength of the brokerage. Because let's face it, you could have a brokerage that stands for something, but you could have individual agents underneath that brokerage that go after certain subsets of ideal customer base for each one of them, and tap into multiple ideal customer bases because of their own individual strengths. So they're actually soldiers for you 24/7. On the agent side, your brand is a soldier that works for you 24/7, and your brand will actually extend to your customers and your peers as well. So it's a brand, as we say, that can help you make money even while you sleep, because your brand precedes you. If it's defined, developed, and displayed very well on the brokerage side or the agency side or the agent side, it's going to be something that people can interact with and see and take part of and witness, even if they're not in the same room with you, and even while you sleep, guys, while you sleep. So you both have soldiers.
Yep. All right, you better have if you're going to survive. All right, number 4 is promote and protect. I like this one again. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to talk to agents first instead of brokers first. Agents. You may ask yourself, is it really possible to promote your own brand and still abide by the regulations and protect the brand and culture of your brokerage at the same time? And the answer is a resounding yes, of course. You can do that, because that's what we're doing. Whether you realize it or not, that's what we're doing. Promote your individual brand. Protect your brokerage's brand. It's very important to Michael Carter Associates. I can tell you, we've built to the successes that we have had solely because we live by that acumen. You do not join Michael Carter Associates that you do not put Michael Carter Associates before you, because Michael Carter Associates is the one that's going to look after you, right? It's the one that feeds the leads, so you've got to feed it back, right? And so you want to take that first. Promote your brand. Protect your broker's brand. Take it everywhere that you go with pride. Because if you can't do that, you shouldn't be with that broker, right? You're not doing that broker a favor by staying, and you're surely not doing yourself one. They give you the ability to do what you do because of their expertise, and because most of the time, all the time, I guess, they've taken the risk already. They're providing the brick and mortar. They've spent the hundreds of thousands, maybe millions on advertising to get the leads and stuff like that. You've got to protect your broker. Brokers, same way. Now, I feel like in this day and age we're living in, this is lost. Brokers, you should have your brand well-defined, developed, and displayed so that not only attracts your ideal customer, it also helps you attract exactly the kind of agents that you want to be a part of your culture. Now, that part is done, even in big box, right? Because big box over here started years ago saying, look, we don't need a cut of your commissions. Just pay us this exorbitant monthly fee, and you can keep 100%. And then they go out there and they sell the culture of 100%, knowing doggone good and well that it's not 100%. They're taking back this exorbitant monthly fee. They're attacking, you're paying 20 cents a copy, like for black and white copies, like all of these things and they broke it down to the point that you're still paying a huge percentage to your brokerage to be attached to that brokerage. But if you join a brokerage that is building a culture where everybody has the right and the freedom to be able to go out and build their own business with individualism, then you're going to be in a place that you can actually foster a better way to bloom, is what it really boils down to. Brokers, your marketing, your branding guidelines for your agents should be clearly defined, but allow the individualism that encourages discretionary effort, especially if your boutique brokerage style, like Michael Carter Associates is, or if you're even smaller, or if you're, a home-based brokerage. There's a lot of people make a lot of money at the kitchen table with their brokerage, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I started that way myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. And you might even want to keep your brokerage that size. But look, you need to be bringing people in that think like you do, your little mini-me's that think like you do, but then they add their discretionary effort to it, and then their culture that they're building on your culture becomes a part of your culture. It is always about a rising tide rises all ships. And you want to promote that individualism, right? Many big box brokerages are discouraging that these days. They discourage the individualism. They want everybody's page to look the same. They want everybody to be the cookie cutter, to be the order taker, effectively, right? And there's nothing wrong with that inside their culture. But I find that most people do better when they're not a part of that kind of sea of sameness culture. They do better when they're with somewhere where they can really promote their own individualism and bring their own character traits to building the business, right? So I think it's very short-sighted, a big box, in a lot of ways when they try to do that. So brokers, have it well defined, and make your agents protect it, and at the same time encourage them to bring their own brand and their own culture into yours.
That's right. I warned you guys. I told you he was very
I get passionate about this.
Yeah.
I really will.
Well, he fully believes it, and his agents know he believes it.
Well, it's built Michael Carter Associates, and it continues to grow because of that. I want to see my agents. I work hard every day to make sure that all of my agents are absolutely as successful as they want to be, and that's the kind of broker that you want to work for.
Absolutely. All right, so let's do a quick little recap, guys. The 4 thought-provoking statements about agency versus broker or brokerage brand. Number 1 is you are your own brand. Equally yoked, guys. Your business is built on what you stand for. Same for brokers, same for agents. Number 2, you are building a culture. Consider that as you are bringing the right kind of agents into your culture. Agents, consider it as you're looking for the right kind of broker. 3, you each have soldiers, whether it's your agents out there for you in terms of a broker or your own individual brand out there for you in terms of an agent that happen to impact how friends, family, customers, and peers see you. Those are your feet on the ground, your soldiers on the ground as well. And then finally, promote your own personal brand, protect your brokerage brand. It takes both things to be super, super successful. Okay, so that's your recap, and we hope you guys have enjoyed this provocative topic today.
That's right. Hey, listen, we know what that a lot of times people talk about branding out here. We're finding that a lot of people are talking about personal branding. We're finding when we do the research that a lot of people are really just marketers. We wrote the book on it, literally what it boils down to. And we know that you guys have a lot of questions out there because it's fairly new and it's beginning to catch some legs and grow. So we came up with discussyourbrand.com. discussyourbrand.com to help you get started immediately and book your free 30-minute session with one of our staff. Might even be one of us. We try to fill calls when we can, and it would be great to talk to you about that, just to see if you got a brand or you got an idea for a brand or you want to know more about branding. We love to talk about it, so call us. It's free.
Absolutely. And if you like topics like the one you heard today, well, we encourage you to please like it, love it, share it, and ding, subscribe so you can get alerted with each new episode.
Yep. Hey, folks, listen, we do all of this for prosperity. And when we say prosperity, we're not just talking about money, right? We're talking about the 360 of the abundant and content life. And that's what we want for everybody. We know at BrandFace that prosperity favors the bold. So we say be bold, folks, especially with your brand. And thank you, Miss Tanya, for everything. We hope you guys have a great day.
Yes, thank you, Michael. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you next time.